Hand on the mouse.
What sees in the corner, just being like, I can't stop him from doing it unless he pause. You'll have to call attack.
It's outside my jurisdiction.
I can't be biased in any way, so you'll need to call attack.
Yeah.
And I'll get somebody else over.
Well, a tactical timeout coming through from NaVi. Not happy that they lost the pistol round. However, it's not the worst feat in the world. Ooh. All right, we're seeing a bit of the, the classic CIS magic, Ben.
Yeah, so I imagine Boomich drops an AK across as well, unless you're literally rolling with just the one. Just the one is the CIS style, though, isn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, it's not surprising as well. You give that to Simple, you go for like an all-outside take, or an all-A ramp rush, something like that where you can actually literally go together and just pass the AK back.
This is going to be an outside play. They're going to do the outside smokes. You're keeping one smoke and a molly for lower. So Flamey has an extra smoke. He'll use one down lower. He has an MP9. That's kind of a worry that there's a gap on that smoke. It's even though there wasn't as much of a gap for them.
Art with a preemptive smoke at least slows down this push that's been trickling its way through Secret. This will burn a little bit of time off the clock. It also allows him to actually play a little bit closer to the angle. He has an MP9 from where he was playing before, really going to favour Simple every time if he goes for that fight. Just be able to tap him down with the AK.
Abel J has joined him though. So Art probably is going to, I was going to say he'll make more of an information play based on that.
He can back off now, and Abel J can do the damage. Gets the first shot off.
But not enough.
Yeah, he dinked it, but it was only slightly. The nade has done so much as well. It should just be the slaughtering grounds opening up now for Art with the MP9 as he does overextend, bites a little bit more off than he could chew. Boomich gets the trade with a headshot on Abel J. Zeus is finally starting to make his way back over as well. They are vastly outnumbered and outgunned, though.
Yuri's kind of made a tent in Garage, hasn't he? He's been here the whole time.
This is where he lives now.
I think he's been there since yesterday, actually. So the bomb is retrieved by Boomich. Zeus finds out about that tent, tries to tell him to get out of there. Does the AK get retrieved? Be quite close, Yuri.
No.
I think he jumped over it.
Yeah, he was very close to it.
Yeah. So all in all, that Barley doesn't quite go as well as they would like it to. But it leaves you in a weird spot now, though, because you can go for a half by... Oh, actually, they're just going to buy anyway. Simple's probably going to get dropped another gun again, I think. Yeah, he's gone for the Eagle Armor.
All right, well, they're going back in for it. They're going to try and make it work. Zeus, early tag down. Just found their way through Squeaky Door. Art playing so cheeky, as per usual. That's the response, the flip side of things. Getting up close and personal with the MP9 towards outside. Gets the first elimination back over towards Boomich. A few of the players on NaVi have taken a little bit of a small hit as well to stunt the HP pools. Flamey getting hit by that nade's going to knock him down even further. NaVi are a bit fragmented right now as well.
Yeah, a bit split. The issue is, as well, they kind of need to get something going in the form of actually going for picks. The Galil going for a pick at ramp, it's not even a one-shot headshot, so it's like, it's not an ideal situation by any means. More so when you do take a full-on battle like that for them. However, the worry is that they need to keep building a decent economy from this. And thus far, whilst it's great that Art is able to get a kill and some damage whenever he buys an SMG, it's still not quite what we want to see just yet. So NaVi, they actually go for more of a half bio pistols here.
Art's doing it again. Oh.
It's a kill and damage again, but this time Yuri falls as well.
Yeah, this is a whole lot better. They've actually been able to at least somewhat combat the aggression that's on display. Okay, hang on. That peek from the Krieg could have actually been pretty filthy there as well on the cross, but instead it is just going to be the instant frag found there from Zeus with a deagle. Shoots back onto Keserato. Vinny now has to rotate to try and get into a better position because of this.
Question is, will Abel J actually get, or will he move even further up? Simple's not heard a rotate off that A site. Zeus is advancing in lower as well. That's the noise that there is one player guaranteed there. But as far as you know, that could be the ramp player. More often than not, it is actually the ramp player. However, Vinny's now back on upper. That's the contact they needed. Simple can act on that. And that he does. Abel J now in a 1v3. Ooh. The door's actually closed, so... Should be decent coverage here. He knows where pretty much all 3 players are.
Oh, Able J. Firing off the warning shots there back towards Simple. Couldn't actually get the connection across. Finally, NaVi will be able to get themselves out. 12th round they've been waiting for as they start to make it count. FURIA, the outside aggression, obviously from Art. It's the same thing, same play again. This time it didn't work out as well as it did last time. Super aggressive stuff to be coming through. But the choice to switch it up is going to be the investment onto the AWP from him now. He actually has the sniper in his hands.
I think the main issue is just, like I mentioned, Yuri. I don't know what his place was in that play.
Yeah.
Because he was pretty much, what, 4 steps, 5 steps behind Art? Exposed from silo, exposed from left side, like T-Red. It was a bit confusing. Boomich has just failed to drop onto main there. You don't even need to jump there, you can't just run it. So, I'm not too sure.
Oh, he's hurt his shins from that.
Yeah, it's not great. So these outside smokes quite deep, but Yuri already playing much further back than that.
Eey.
This is awkward.
Sliver of damage transferred on towards Boomich, but it's really not going to be that much. Yuri waiting for the push to come around. Electronic tag down towards half HP. Boomich will fall. Electronic trades it with the AK. The fast flick through. Finds Zeus. Starts to peel his way back. They're just peeking him one by one, though. They're giving him the opportunity. That he would thrive in. He's found himself 2 hugely impactful frags into the rounds. The last 2 remaining men for NaVi are not in a great position to do much as well. Miles away from each other. Simple. Walking his way down. Suspect of where Art could be at this point. Able J's there, Vinny in the vent. Everyone is right by him, and the bomb's outside of the smoke.
Yeah, Simple didn't quite get that smoke where he wanted it. Needs to be another step forward. 3 players covering there. It looks like it's just going to be a save call. Electronic's too low, and his cash isn't great. Simple can drop a gun across the Flamey if they need it next round. Boomich can blow by himself, Zeus can by himself. So, save call's not too crazy. It's just it means that you're only damaged to FURIA on this round when you can see their economy. It was on the actual brink of being reset. Is the only 1 kill. They have to rebuy 1 single weapon. But you now know that Art's AWP is on the board.
Counter-terrorists win.
Question is, how do you traverse it? Because the thing with his AWP yesterday was, obviously he had some flashy plays outside, but the other thing was he would make some weird plays in the sense that he'd be in lower sometimes. He'd just go up the vent, he'd go out of nest and just play on the floor in A site. Things that you don't expect whatsoever from an AWPer.
Yeah.
Because generally it's quite uncomfortable to be doing that as an AWPer. Like there's too much action going on in your close FOV.
Well, round 21. Simple. Picking up the AWP on the T side now. What picks can he actually find with this? What openings can he try and chisel away at for NaVi? FURIA's defense on the CT side has been a whole lot better than what we initially saw coming through from them today. It looked like it was going to be a bit of a whitewash here on Nuke. Hard scoped in, waiting for the push to come towards him. Electronic is right there. Yuri to assist as well. Had the flick, but didn't actually get the shot off. Luckily enough, though, Yuri will still find that kill.
Yeah, no chance for a trade from one of the players on top of Silo there. If they were to wide swing, they might have been able to get that trade off. But it does mean they get an opening kill on the FURIA side of things. A chance to actually make 9 rounds for them on the board.
.40 seconds left now. Bit of a stalemate into the round, really. There's still not been that much action, actually. Art might get himself another pick, though. It just depends. Flamey finds the shot to Vinny, runs straight up, gets the gut shot from Art. And Simple and Boomich are both there. They don't actually have any utility either. They can't really flashbang this. Actually, Boomich has 1 flash. So if they wanted to try and do something a little bit different, they could do. Timing is everything, though, as per usual. 15 seconds. The reface comes around from Art. Gets one of the Simple. The flick shot off on the Boomich as well. Impacts him, but doesn't finish him. And it's all up to Zeus with no time to win the round. He's got to make himself scarce as he tries to hide away. And Scarpa.
awkward situation. They're just leaving themselves with not enough time.
It's very slow, yeah.
Because Zeus had made that play towards lower, and they were kind of waiting, hoping the noise from him would distract that, which it did for a second. Like, you saw him change his view towards Squeaky, but that was probably more likely the fact that there was 20 seconds left. FURIA take a tactical timeout, so perhaps trying to address to see what can we change up that they might not expect. Because we know that one of the weapons got saved through. Flamey's already bought himself, so they will be buying into this one. It won't be a great buy whatsoever. Simple electronic and Boomich, probably looking at pistols if not SMGs. It is a very it would be a very stereotypical thing for NaVi if they were to somehow, like, what was the lead? 10-2? 10-1? 10-2 I think was the highest. It would be a very stereotypical thing for them to have that lead just turn to nothing. Like, just the classic, like, collapse on one of the side of the map. But that's not to pull away from FURIA's performance as well. Quesararo and Art leading the way. Very much the same as what we saw yesterday. Although Art was a bit of a slow starter. He was 007 at one point, now 17 and 17.
Oh, actually finally might have a fair bit of action here as well towards outside. Playing it more standardized this time, flicking around. A little bit paranoid about where the push is going to be coming from. The smokes come down, barely missing that shot. But doesn't actually connect it, meaning they've got control. Electronic as well, running straight around, wanted to try and get through the smoke and play this a little bit more cheeky. Took some damage from the Molotov, but everyone has mostly found their way over towards Secret. Electronic now finally finding his way down. Yuri's going to be their first contact with the Krieg. Abel J's there to assist as well, so they have the crossfire.
It'll be very difficult to get around this corner. The one flashbang that will show off one of the players. But that's very much temporary. You have to get past both of them.
Ooh,
That
actually, that works pretty perfectly. Somehow they've been able to get in. Yuri finally gets a frag, but it's taken a little while to come into the action. Zeus will trade it back onto Vinny as well. Yuri, saved by the timing as he was able to get himself to the elevated angle, finds the kill back on towards Flamey. The man on the rafters, trying to leave everyone out. Hung up the dry, but simple. Deegs him down.
You can't get the bomb.
2 versus 3. Just as he recovers the bomb, the site covered in smoke as well. Confusion to a maximum. Art tries to get rid of the orb, picks himself up the Krieg, strikes in the rear, and gets the shot back on towards Zeus. 15 seconds. This round has left them with a lot of pressure on their heads, as it's going to be an awkward one.
It's like no time.
They're going to go for this. It needs to be now, and Art has just been waiting the entire time. They've run onto the bomb site into the unknown. It doesn't matter what happens from this point forward. They can't win the round. FURIA, they bring themselves up to 10. NaVi, they're their own worst enemy right now.
Yeah, they're really failing to capitalize on these advantages that they do actually create, right? That was a 4v3. They got both the kills they needed into the bomb site to start with. And then they just don't quite get there. I'm surprised that they didn't try and go up the vent towards A in that instance, because they knew there was one player on site. Exuso called, he heard him drop. So I'm not sure if the comms were very loud that made it so he just didn't hear him. As well as that, you kind of knew there was a player towards the ramp doors. They used a timeout as well. So both teams down to 1 timeout each right now, 12 to 10. I imagine if NaVi fall behind in score, they'll use the other one. On the FURIA side of things, if it gets to about 14, it'll be the same thing for them. But it's really just, I don't know, it's just disappointing, I guess. We're kind of expecting more from the T side of things. Because it's not like there's, you know, some heavy performers on the FURIA side of things, right? Scoreline's 12 to 10. Lowest kill on NaVi is 12. It's able to hit with 6 on the other side of things. And that's a near enough even scoreline.
Well, things are starting to come back into a much more of a competitive game here. Let's see if maybe NaVi will try and turn the tides and play a little bit more aggressive. Stop giving them so much respect, as that was some heavy aggression from Flamey instantly to start this one. The instigator, Electronic as well, moving fairly speedily towards outside as he advances already with the support of Boomich. It is being watched, and Art should find it. It's actually Yuri that got the kill. And Zeus will trade it. Oh, Now starting to push out as well. His back's going to be so exposed, but the timing, it doesn't work out too well. It means he can get the flick across, take down Zeus. Electronic now realizes what's afoot, but it's too little too late. Oh, they're just fighting this as well. Flamey, slain by Keserato towards the site. Electronic, he's been trying to take so long so he can be stealthy about this, but he needs to arrive soon, and Able J might just spot him.
But Keserato was ready for that. And somehow, another round though, where they've mostly built an advantage possible, they even trade off the kill that they lose.
Yeah.
And yet things still fall apart. A lot of it based on timing. In all fairness, Electronic, he was looking that way, and just as he turned, Art makes that further step. 12 to 11. That lead now down to 1. Very scary sight from a NaVi's point of view.
Well, it's wild really to think about the fact that we've actually got back into this position from where we were.
What was it, 10 to 2? And then since then, it's been 11, or 9 to 2, I guess is the other side of things.
Yeah. And just constant comeback from FURIA. NaVi just playing so isolated, not playing together for the most part of these rounds. It feels like they've just been so restricted in what they've been going for. Art as well with the AWP, he's been on the move. Feels like he hasn't really been playing the same angle twice, so unexpected positions have definitely been coming through for him. Oh, he was clearing it as well. You could see him expecting that it was going to be empty at that point. Darts off, gets the kill. Able J trades it back, and now we're left into 4 versus 4. Heavy aggression towards the A site. They find one. Simple trade it back as well and grab himself an AUG, so we can try and do something a little bit more outrageous into the round. They've got a minute. They don't need to plant just yet, as they are going to wait to try and see if anyone else is going to face. But Keserato and Able J both coming in together.
They actually need to save. Although, it looks like they're going to go for it. Keserato appears to have a flash for this situation exactly. Flash going to come in, Able J being sent all the way in, and he kills himself. You hate to see that.
It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. One more.
Just as we planned in frac. I'm going to flash you through, you're going to get tagged, and you'll hit the floor.
And that'll be how the cookie crumbles. Ooh, Keserato.
He wants to get to that AWP.
Actually, we'll get it though. It doesn't seem like
Electronic wants to close
close
this off on the other side of things as well. I'm not sure how much the bomb does hit.
Fair bit.
61. So he actually will get to keep that into the next round, which actually, that has been a high impact part of FURIA's CT side. Art's been getting a kill here and there, not as openers, but much more as kills that are essentially just guaranteeing they will win the round. So like a 3rd kill into the round, 2nd kill into the round, that sort of area. So FURIA are committing to this buy here. MP5 CZ, MP9, FAMAS and an AWP.
It's a bit of a mixed bag. Is there anything they can actually achieve with it? Zeus spamming out through Squeaky early. Last time Flamey found a bit of success there. This time Flamey is dead in a matter of seconds as Art's already taken him down. Boomich has taken a heavy hit to the back of the head as well. He's trying to get into a position to still make this round work and get something out of his life. As he will get that first frag, and finally he is finished off. Leaving just 3 players here with Zeus, Electronic and Simple.
Yeah, all 4 CTs on the same level. Quite a rare statement on Nuke. But Able J, he did leave ramp temporarily when there was action going towards outside. Just spotted towards it, gets the kill onto Zeus as well. Electronic is Simple in a 2v4. Not the worst players to have in this situation. And they're not exactly against heavy weapons either. Art being the primary one. Yuri's running out of bullets in that situation as well.
Ooh. Electronic finishing off Yuri. Still so heavily focused. Yeah, they're just overthrowing. Vinny's left to try and clutch this one out. I mean, it is planted down on the lower side at least. Vinny's there. He's got a 1v1 if he can find Simple, but he has to make noise. That's the worst part. He's opened the door. Simple now realizes what's going on. Could just wait for this push to come towards him. Electronic's waiting in the vent, so if he goes through the vent, he is dead as well, which should happen. And NaVi finally get themselves to a 14th round. It's taken quite some time to reach this point, though, with the amount of rounds they have been losing here, there, and everywhere.
So FURIA, as I said, if NaVi hit 14, they'll use their final pause. So there's the awkward situation here where you buy here, you're gonna have a really bad buy, right? Straight up, it's gonna be at most CZs, Deagles, maybe SMG here and there. And then if you lose again, you'll have basically the same buy on that 15 to 11 round as well.
Yeah.
So you can either eco this one, go for a much better buy on that 15-11 round, or go for that force. It looks like they're going to stay with the USPs, but there might be a coordinated idea of what to do with the USPs, right? You can still get things done, it's just, it's such a low chance. Okay, there's the 2 nades.
Yeah, 2 HEs, so
And 1 flashbang.
maybe a kind of play together here, just go for a burst.
Maybe double nade outside, and then one of them flashes through hut. Lobby crunch with pistols, not too sure.
Probably your best bet. Just do something together here. You never know what will pay off.
So
2
charge
nades
on
go
flash.
towards outside. Yeah, they're just going to go for it.
That flash didn't do anything. Electronic should have them dealt with if they come around the corner.
Yep. Gets 1. Does take a dink for it. But, luckily enough, he's supported by Boomich, and it's just easy pickings. At this point as well, they're going to realise what they actually have to play over on the side of FURIA, so NaVi can just hold back, wait for them to make more mistakes and push in, and give them the frags.
Yeah, because at this point, if you're NaVi, you're thinking we're going to get 3250 for winning the round when we do. We might as well use most of our grenades if we have to. Just use them. Like, it's better to save more lives than actually just think about wasting $400. Very scared about that. Ooh. Should be just a matter of time. Yuri doesn't even get the 1. So NaVi 15 to 11 up in the first map of their best of 3. Not the first time this event. Happened yesterday against Liquid.
Yeah, we know how that went.
Yep. Yep, we do.
Well,
No overtime loss.
we'll see how this game is going to round out, though. As the buys have gone back through, at least FURIA had money to play with going into this round. It was worth running the risk and them having to try and play it out for the overtime. It was their best bet with what they were left with. In terms of the utility, they're using a lot of it already, though. Most of it's already been cast out. We only have 1 smoke and 2 flashes left. Luckily, the offensive utility has done so much damage. Quesarato as well gets another advantage for them, but he doesn't want to end it there. Carries on going. Slays Simple, puts them into a good position to actually try and win the round here and keep on trucking on the side of FURIA.
Yeah, some decent aggression there, working out quite well. Obviously, Quesarato getting the multi-kill. Unexpected.
Oh, Zeus. 4 HP.
Electronics are getting boosted up. Yuri. Oh, that's so... It's so unfortunate. Like, some of the angles, they should be getting kills.
Able
no.
J. The position he's in, he could do so much here from the silo. It just depends on how he actually opts to play this one, but
that
it's
was
going to
quite
drop
loud.
off.
Zeus, I feel like he heard that.
He did flick back around. He's flashed it as well. Zeus is suspicious about this.
No, he didn't hear it exactly.
The bomb goes down. 1 versus 1. Able J and Electronic to see if they can actually stay alive here or if NaVi will be taking the first map off them. Electronic advancing back around, tries to pick up the bomb, but gets detected. And Able J will prove that he is quite able there then.
Yeah, big 2k from him. But as I said, it's quite a low scoring game for him. But all in all, that's where you get the impact frags. They still aren't just as much as the others do. It's kind of awkward though, because that aggression, I don't think you can replicate that in the same result. Because Quesarato shouldn't really have got 2.
Nah, not from that angle.
Like, it should have been 1 and then trade. We'll see how it goes though. They were doing a run boost then. They were getting Yuri a bit closer outside or into main a bit earlier so he doesn't get caught off on the angle running onto the site. Quite an interesting one. Interesting Molotov though, doesn't stop Boomage or Electronic. Art is already down lower as well.
Ooh, okay. Art, up close and personal. Last time around he had so much success because of the support from his teammate and the way he played it. This time if he just has to go in dry, it could be a whole lot worse.
I'm surprised they didn't push through that.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to. Off the back of the timing, it was quite a late smoke.
So they know that one player is towards lower. And Yuri actually wins that fight as well with his SG. Took a lot of damage for it though. But nevertheless, it's very difficult for NaVi to actually get through this defense. It's deep, but then covering all the access points still. It's not the first time Quesarato has actually played this angle either. I don't know if Boomage will check for it though. They've both seen each other, and Quesarato, he's managed to run away.
He's actually just dipped.
And
He's out
smoked
of there.
himself.
I mean, he's completely trapped.
Yeah, he trapped himself in.
Yeah. But who knows? I mean, if they can get another advantage from this, they won't be able to focus all their efforts just watching it. Because Boomich is trying to get a heightened angle. Oh, the spam tags him down actually a fair bit as well.
Flashes. The A side's going to get absolutely pincered. Electronic gets 2. One player don't coming up. Cover is there. Kisra, he left himself on an island there.
Yeah.
He was better off committing. It's a 2v3 map point for this one. No kit either.
It's going to be so hard for Kisra to actually have a bit more impact into the round, really. Spurts his way up the ladder and try and go for the push, firing off the warning shots, hoping and trying to get their attention as hard as he can, but he's now dead. And it's just Able J that remains in the 1 versus 3. Walks out through the hut, but goes down. 16-12 scoreline. Navi, they are going to be able to come back on top in the end. It was a bit of a slower second half for them. They hit some kind of a brick wall, but they've woken up, they've snapped out of it, and they do take that matchup 6.
Will he do that same sort of thing into this map as well?
Well, we will find out, as we are ready to kick this one off. NaVi on the T side, FURIA on the CT side, as we start this one out. Map 2 here are the best of 3 to try and decide what is going to be happening in the lower bracket, who is going home and who is carrying on here in day 2 of Cologne.
I was going to say, did they not see Art there? Because that was such a boom into the last second. I went, oh wait, I did see him. But Art, so he looks like he's going to be up to his own tricks again. Mid is the same sort of thing, and that's not a good start for either. Electronic giving that P250 to take the long-range duels. And over. Kisarato left himself stuck in there. He closed the door on himself and was like, I'm taking the fight if there is one. And he wins it. 4v4 already.
Fully commits to it, makes it work. So from this 4v4, they could still try and find their form and work back into the round. A minute on the clock. Okay, Boomich and Electronic have actually silent walked their way through this front toilets. If they extend around, do clear this, they could still get the drop on Yuri, but no one is looking towards him. Yuri finds Simple, and that never goes well for you. Simple going to finish him. Boomich with such a tasty shot as well towards the site. A rapid adjustment onto the second as he's looking to try and end Vinny's life, which he will, looking crisp as ever now into the round.
Yeah, that's the kind of kill that gets you pumped going into the game, really. A naughty flick such as that one. Kisarato last man alive here. Simple is actually stood at the edge of the smoke, or he was at the edge of the smoke with his knife out, just in case Kisarato walked out that side of it. Which would have been perfect, because Kisarato got 2 knife kills. 2 knife kills
into the previous map, yeah. So the stabbing is at an all-time high right now. There's a global pandemic for it.
Apparently so. I mean, amidst the gun crime we have in this game, we've now added some more, well, because we basically got rid of knife rounds other than the third map.
Yeah, they're pretty much gone.
Yeah, at least we're seeing some in the actual normal rounds.
Well done. NaVi, they started off strong with a nice little opener, but can they carry on off the back of that form? They've already started to reveal. Art with the scout in hand, roaming around. Early aggression pays off nicely for him as he does get the tag onto Boomich and takes no damage back. However, they have already lost Vinny, though, over at the B site.
Yeah, so Electronic getting another opener. Look at how aggressive he's being. Overextending just a bit too much right there. I think he was assuming that was actually Boomich that he tagged earlier on. So he was thinking, no matter where I hit him, if I just hit him, it'll be a kill.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he didn't hit him at any point there, and instead actually falls down to him as well. So 3v5. Advantage already built. Yuri in a very tough spot. Can't really do much about that. NaVi looking to take this anti-eco run quite convincingly here. Very clean. Should just be a matter of time. I imagine the smoke on Monster will start to fade. Electronic should be holding the exit on it. Because Able J is basically stuck there. Unless he walks back, which he does.
No damage done really to NaVi at this point. They've still got all 5 alive. And they're not rushing things either as well. They don't want to risk anything and give any potential advantage to FURIA. So they slowly make their play together up towards the A site. 25 seconds on the clock as they eventually make their move onto it. Boomich can plant the bomb. Able J and Kisarato are still stuck down towards B. Person that might find them will be Electronic, though. He's the one going for a little bit of a hunt here.
On the side of FURIA, though, you don't want to be actively looking for kills too much. Because you have this armor, you have the pistol. You'll need it next round anyway. You're forced into this.
Yeah.
So you kind of just want to stay alive. However, on the NaVi side of things, Flamey's probably the only one who will actively look to make things happen. He's the only SMG on the board. And he probably will get some contact here. That was a very close spam.
That was nearly actually the shot coming through and hitting towards Able J. Flamey's there, big spam through. At this point, Flamey might actually just want to chill out.
Pass it to Zeus, if anything, and let him just chase it.
Let him try and actually make the frag work. Pushes out towards the site. Kisarato taking damage from the bomb blast.
Should stay alive.
But that appears to be all he'll actually have to deal with. So they go through. Still clutching onto a Deagle and armor off the back of that round, but that is everything that FURIA walk away with. NaVi instead get themselves another one on the board.
We've got Taser Cam. Art has a Taser. There's 2 nades, and then there's a Taser. So he would... Was it him with it yesterday on Mirage? I think it was, wasn't he? He ran off the balcony and actually tried to zigzag around the site and get to the player. It was him, wasn't it? We'll see how this goes then. Triple nade at mid, which if they all get in would be perfect. However, they don't quite make it, and Art will not get to use the Taser either.
It's still like no damage whatsoever at all. No one's actually been hit at all by those nades. Zeus is finally the first one to actually have blood spilt as he gets shot up by the Deagle of Kisarato. But again, it's 5 versus 3 in a matter of seconds into the round. NaVi can just play this one slowly from this point forward if they want to, and literally just use the range they have to their advantage with those rifles and pick off these CTs one by one.
Yeah, it was a case of that first grenade that got thrown, it actually just hit. It's always awkward because the hedges on this map are not graphic, or they're not built in the game the correct way. So some of them are literally not physical entities. So sometimes you'll throw a grenade, it'll hit. So, ooh, that was a naughty flex. That's actually the bomb down as well, so there's some sort of disruption for the time being. Shouldn't, amount to anything really. But hey ho, so they lose one player. Flamey actually picks up the Zeus, and he recovers the rifle. So, all things considered, they just lose head armor technically, and a UMP. It's not bad. Going into the first gun run, gets that AWP out. Simple, most likely stay with his AK unless Zeus trades him an AWP here.